Did you know they made a Mystical Ninja game for the Game Boy? Well, not only did, this one's not working. You got John Riggs here with open cart surgery. How are you feeling? And this isn't just anyone's Mystical Ninja starring Goemon for the Game Boy. This one came straight courtesy of JRPG Life, my buddies, my pals, my convention compadres. I'm putting this on my laptop. This was, when did they hand this off? Probably Game On Expo, I'm guessing. I don't know. Whenever I get games at conventions, I just put them in a big old box. And I was like, okay, cool, I'll get to it later. But fortunately, they had the foresight, I suppose, to, when they handed me the game, they also handed me the sticker. I was like, perfect, I can remember that now. But I would have remembered this because they're JRPG Life and they're amazing. If you guys see them at a convention, hook them up, just say hello, or whatever you say, I don't know. Say how you feeling if you'd like. I'm gonna try to get this game working again with open cart surgery. I don't have a tech background or engineering degree, but I've been fixing games since like the 90s. I used to help out a local video store by fixing their video game. 99% of the time it was cleaning it. And most of the time it was because an NES game would rattle because a piece of plastic broke off. Oh, this game's broken. And they would just take it in and get another one. They wouldn't care. They wouldn't fix them. But one time I was like, I can fix those for you. So I used to kind of fix their games in return for free rentals. Worked out great because I was broke and I hated asking my mom or dad for like, hey, can I get $5 to get a Mountain Dew? I used to drink Mountain Dew back then. Hey, can I get $5 so I can rent a game and get a drink? I used to call them BAPs, believe it or not. BAP, Big Ass Pop. It was like the 44-ounce Mountain Dew. I can't drink that now. Mountain Dew's way too sweet for me now, but I can't be drinking 44 ounces of anything anymore, unless it's water, I guess. Okay, so single screw. It's a 3.8 millimeter game bit, doesn't matter. It's the same screwdriver used for like NES, Super Nintendo, and one screw on the back of Game Boy games. And there's this little shift, just like that. That's all it is. That's what locks it into place. The lid comes off. And this one doesn't look as in-depth as, say, like a Pokemon game. But it looks like that if you're curious to know what a Game Boy game looks like. And the back has nothing. You don't have to worry about cleaning the back of it or anything. So I'm going to try first with a 1-up card. I know I haven't even popped it in yet, but, you know, I may as well just open it up first. These 1-up cards can fit into those, and they do make ones that fit for Game Boy. Now, this one specifically has my face on it, so if you need one for yourself, I got my link in the Shopify. I'll even sign it for you if you'd like. And the pins don't look terrible, so I'm sure it's more than that, because again, it's JRPG Life. They have quite the collection themselves, as you've seen on their channel. And, you know, let's do a little bit of this here. Fluid side, dry side scrubs it out. You gotta scrub one out, I hear you. Okay, we have, this goes back here. I'm not gonna screw it back in, but just a little bit. Okay, like that. I'm using a Game Boy Advance SP to test it, because it plays also Game Boy games. And let's see what it says. Now, here's a couple things. I guess we'll look at this too. And I'll pop the game in a second. So, there's your Game Boy startup screen. That's your Game Boy Advance. Perfect. I'm going to pop in this. I do this because if it knows there's a Game Boy game in there, but it's just not working, at least you'll get the Game Boy startup screen. Okay. That's definitely Game Boy. And nothing. Lame. Well, we can touch up the solder points. This works sometimes. I have gotten games to work, for the most part, for Game Boy games. And I don't think I need to use Bright Boy, so I'm not going to worry about that today. But I'm just going to use a hot soldering iron and just tip each of the little silver things on the sides of the ROMs. That's where the solder is. The solder, I guess they call it cold solder, where it makes it so it just kind of becomes dormant like cement. But if you remelt the solder, it kind of breathes new life into it and says, oh yeah, we're working, sorry, it's been a minute. Well, we'll see what we can do. Give it a shot, it's the best we can do, right? And along with my signed 1-up cards, I also sell like my custom air fresheners. This one's a pretty good one. This one is you can tell by the label art what it looks like. There's even me, look at that, there's me on there. It's just like the fruit from the game and everything. I have a bunch of air fresheners, I sell my video games online. It's a great way to support the channel. I appreciate you. You see, this is what happens when I don't have a video sponsor. I can sponsor myself. All right, let's grab. Here, let's go down Periscope here. Okay, I have a hot soldering iron over here. I'm just using the Hako, but you know what? For years and years and years, I just used a $6. I don't know how much they are anymore, but it was like a soldering iron from Walmart for like $6 or $7, and I used that thing for years. But whatever works. Now, these pins are a little bit more spaced out than like a Pokemon game too, which is good news for me. And I'm just going to touch literally each pin and it's just kind of melt, but not get all melty, you know. It just kind of like gets soft, it gets, you know, it warms up, and I'm going to pull it away, and then it'll re-solidify, but it'll re-solidify with new life into it. So I'm going to take my glasses off. You don't have to take your glasses off, but up close I can see wonderfully, but other than that, I need glasses for everything. Like Velma, I can't see without my glasses. JRPG Life. Make sure you check out their channel too. I just was chatting with them at the SoCal Gaming Expo. And a lot of great expos are still coming up later on this year. Find me at Southeast Game Exchange. You'll find them at Southeast Game Exchange as well. Perfect opportunity to meet both of us. Or all three of us, I should say. Southeast Game Exchange, that's early July. And then mid-July is Geek Fest in Everett, Washington. That's a first. I'm looking forward to that one. It's a huge, it takes over like the entire downtown area of Everett, which is north of Seattle. And there's going to be a big old vendor hall full of video games. So I'm going to be there hanging out. July. Then August is Utah Retro Game Swap, Layton, Utah, just north of Salt Lake City. Had the best time ever last year. Got a video on my channel about that, and I'm coming back this year again. Early September, you can find me at Cleveland Gaming Classic, and then late September, find me at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. It's always a good one. September, October, early October, first weekend of October, Pittsburgh Gaming Expo. That's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, obviously. It'd be weird to have the Pittsburgh Gaming Expo in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, you know. And then the very next weekend after Pittsburgh is Retro GameCon in Syracuse, and I'll be at both of those. Retro GameCon in Syracuse has Neil Dubon, the voice of Astarion, so a lot of people are looking forward to that one. He was at the Game On Expo, had a 6-hour line for autographs, and everyone said it was 100%, everyone I asked anyway, said it was 100% worth it, because he gives you your time and attention and takes a photo of you, you know, with you, of course. I think, there might be another one in there somewhere, too. I can't think of it, because I don't have anything planned for November or December, but the year is still young. And there's a lot of great expos. So even if I'm not at your local expo, still support and attend these if you can. You don't have to buy video games. You can just show up and hang out and chat with people, or, you know, play the free play stuff. Attend the panels, be a part of the tournaments. You know, a lot of ways that you can participate without having to spend, you know, any extra money. You already spent a bunch of money to get tickets to the event, depending on which event it is. Get through the door. Just show up and hang out and look around, you know. Play the free video games, hang out. A lot of these have like tabletop games too, so different conventions have different vibes. That's what I love about them. And I love to travel, love to try the regional foods. I'm an IPA fan, so like whatever the local beer is. All right, one more here. All right, let's give it the old college try, which is hilarious because I went to a community college. Let's go to the old community college try. I'm going to start saying that. Good enough for me. I don't have a tech background engineering degree, but I went to the community college. It was a local trade school for radio broadcasting. It worked out fine for me. I've been in radio for 23 years now. Oh, hold on. It helps if I actually pop the game in. You ever done that? It's like, oh, I'm going to play this game. And it's like, why is it not working? Oh, yeah, I didn't put it in yet. Please, I'm not the only one. If it doesn't work, I don't know what else to do. Man, listen. Hey, wait a minute. I saw that Konami logo. Got nervous there for a second. Like, wait a minute. Yay! Mystical Ninja starring Goemon. Again, admittedly, I've never played this game before. So you actually might see this pop up on one of those recommendation videos that I do sometimes. Oh, I feel happy about this. It's a good feel. It's a good look, feel good vibe when I get these games working again. And thank you, JRPG Life, for for passing this off onto me. You'll be happy to know that it's working. Hey, thanks for watching. More of these always coming up. And I gotta hope, man, if you're new to the channel, I've been doing this for years. I got like over 100 videos you can binge right now.